So in this experiment, we are doing something that's called sieve analysis. In sieve analysis, the objective is to get the total surface area of your grains in your sample, rock sample. So in order to do that, we bring a rock sample and we try to break a part of this rock sample. The approximate weight that we are trying to get is 50 grams. So this sample is like 160 grams. So try to break a small part of it and then crush this part of rock using a mortar and pestle. And when you do that, like, it becomes like powder, as you see here. So you keep crushing it until it's almost like very fine powders. And then you take the 50 grams out of those and put them and weigh them using the balance. You can use also a weighing paper if you are going to weigh powder. You just use a weighing paper and put the powder on top of them. Of course, don't forget to tear. And then you place your powder on top of it. Make sure you have 50 grams. If it's too much, you can do it in 2 goes. I think I can do it in 1 go. Okay, we'll need more. Okay, and then you record your sample dry weight here. This is your weight that you see here. You record it in your data sheet. After that, you take your sample out and pour it inside this graduated cylinder in order to know the bulk volume of the sample. So that's what you're gonna do. So tap it and just record the bulk volume that you can see here, which is almost 33. So this is your bulk volume. You can record it here. Now what we're gonna do is doing the sieving itself. So you need to measure the empty weight of each cap or each part of the sieve. And also on each sieve you will see the opening diameter in 2 units, in microns and in inches. So you make sure you have like the largest opening on top, while the openings go smaller as you go down the sieving tower. And we start measuring the weight of each empty part of the sieve and recording it here. So this is sieve number 30, so you have sieve number 30, and then it goes down. As you go down, the opening diameter goes smaller. So once you measure them, their empty weight, you take your sample and put it on the in the topmost sieve, and then you put it here and start your system so that it starts knocking the sample down, and the smaller grains will keep going down, and then you can measure the weight of each grain size. So that's what we're going to do here. Just like that. And then close the cap. Then take your tower and put it here. See, like, there are these 2 buttons. Just press them to be able to move this, and it goes down. And then this system uses 2 modes, like tapping mode and vibration mode, in order to help facilitate the movement of the fine grains down weaker. So you just start manual, and to start the tapping mode, and to increase the vibration mode you use this knob. So let's start. So we generally leave this running for 20 minutes. And this size, of course, changes based on the sample, or this time changes based on the sample size. But for our sample, we guess like 20 minutes is going to be good enough. After you finish, you take this out, you weigh each of the sieves one more time, and write down the weight of the sieve plus sample. And then you subtract the dry or the clean weight from the sample and sieve weight to get the sample weight. And of course, don't forget to write down the sieve opening or the diameter of the sieve opening in here. After that, you will have an equation in your data sheet. In that equation, you will need what we call SG and VG, or the volume of the grains and the surface area of each grain size. So in order to get SG, you have a direct equation that you can use. That's function of the total weight of your sample and the summation of the total weight by of the sieve weight by the diameter of each sieve. So for each sieve, you will get the sample weight of that sieve and the diameter of the opening of that sieve. So when you have the summation of those and the total weight of all the samples together, which you can actually add here, you can get the SG. VG is the grain volume, and in order to get the grain volume, you probably need to use this equation, which is the density of the grains is equal to the mass of the grains divided by volume of the grains. Mass of the density of the grains for sandstone, density of the grains is like 2.65 gram per cc, so we're going to give you that. And the mass of the grains is the same as the dry weight of the sample, which you measured in the beginning, which is like close to 50 grams. It was like 49.99, and this way you can get the volume of the grains. When you substitute by both of them in another equation, which is S is equal to SG, I think, by VG, probably, and then when you multiply them, you get your total surface area of your sample, and this is how you do the total surface area of your grains. That's it.